when did you fall in love with like women in hip hop?
All right. And that song that you just heard was A Big Threat by Shy from the Tray. And this is actually a song that I found. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this song before.
I've heard of her, but I
Ooh.
haven't heard of this song.
No,
I didn't
how
hear
did you
the
find
song.
it?
Yeah.
You've never heard of the song?
Yeah, I've never heard the
I
song,
haven't
but
heard
I
of
heard
this
of her.
song.
Me either. I've never heard of the song, but I have heard of her before. And this is actually my pick, everybody. Like, look who showed up to work. But I don't know. I came across this because I've been trying to, do my due diligence, or I don't know if it's even due diligence, but I've just been trying to discover a lot of new music. You know how you go through those phases
Yep,
where you're
I
like
talk about it all
you're
the
so
time.
tired. You're so tired of all the
Yes.
music in your music library. And
Mhm.
so I've just been like doing this thing where I'm just like, trying to listen to as much new music as possible. And
Mhm.
this is one of the songs that I heard, and then I immediately sent it to our group chat, like, what do you like
Mhm.
think of this?
You're in
And
more
I
of a
would say,
willing state to listen to something new. Because you really have to be in
yeah,
a space to listen to something new if you think about
that's
it.
true. That's
Because
true.
if
Yeah.
you're not, you're going to be like, this shit sucks. Like, what am I
Yeah,
listening
I
to?
mean,
Totally.
life is very hard. There's a lot of really terrible shit going on. And
Mm.
sometimes you just want to be comforted by the music that you know and love. You know
True.
what I mean? So I don't shame people who rewatch the same shows over and over, who re-listen to the same 10 songs over and over, because if that's that little bit of comfort that can be provided for you, you know what? I'm not mad at it, okay? Because it's real wild out here right now, okay?
Yeah.
And that's really all that can be said of that. But what do we think of the song?
It kind of gives me some of that elements of thrill that I think we started talking about earlier. Was it this month? I think of just like how I think this is gonna carry into the summer. So it gave me a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of that. So I thought I thought it was a good song. But I can definitely see more of this, surfacing as we're getting into hotter weather.
I think this is gonna be like the sound of this summer, at least from the women.
Mhm.
Really?
I feel it moving in this direction, Like everybody is doing drill right now.
I was,
And
Mhm.
um, I was actually
okay, what
thinking that, more so like, I don't want to say like the sound of Doechii, but like that sound would kind of be what the summer would sound like for the girls, at least. Not
Mhm.
really like hard,
that's interesting.
not like
I
hardcore
never
screamo, not screamo, but like
no screamer.
rage. Sorry, that's not what I meant to say.
I was like, yeah, what are you trying
Not
to?
necessarily rage, but like actually no. I'm thinking more so like persuasion, like mellow
Mm,
rap,
mm,
Okay.
kind of flow, a little bit more flow, a little bit more not as like hardcore rap, like I'm
mm,
not trying to
Mhm.
spit a whole bunch of bars, but keep it
mm.
nice, flowy, mellow, light.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't really
Mm,
I'm not gonna fully say like melodic rap, but
yeah.
like an in between of like something that's upbeat but like melodic. I don't really know
I
what to call
I'm
it.
I'm I just feel like right now we don't have a ton of contenders for Song of the Summer, and we're going into
June.
June. So I
Well,
think we're kind of grasping at straws here. You know
this
what I
it's a
mean?
couple girls who
Like,
said they have some songs coming out soon.
and who said that?
The City Girls, they did a
I
snippet
mean,
of
but
their song.
oh yeah, I did see
I think it's
that. I
called
did see
Oh,
Pinata.
that.
I haven't seen that.
Pinata or allegedly.
Uh
Who
huh.
knows what it'll be called once it comes out.
Right.
But I really do like this song though. I have to
Mm-hmm.
say. I heard it and it was kind of giving me first day out,
Right.
vibes. Like
Mm.
this is
Yep.
my freestyle. And I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I didn't look up any details about when this song was released or anything about this artist. I just heard and I was like, "Oh, this shit is hard."
Mm.
So, it could be that this is old, like, and we're just hearing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could very much be that this is her
If
first day
anything,
on
I think
Vibe and
this
she's
is
putting these bitches
2020.
on notice.
It's either
Check
2022 or
in.
2021, if I'm being very
And
honest.
probably because I feel like that was an era when that was all like happening. We were all like dropping, not we, but they were dropping
Mm-hmm.
like real warning, put these
Girl, this
hoes
video
on
came out a
notice
month
type
ago.
music. Okay, so we were all wrong. We were all wrong. But so yeah, that's that. And hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Where My Girls At. And happy Pride. It is June, and here at Textured Air, we are celebrating Pride Month. So all of our content is going to be geared towards celebrating, the queer people of the world, especially the queer Black femmes of the world. So shout out to all of y'all, shout out to all my gay niggas. Rest in peace to BK, by the way. Oh my god, I miss her. That was the randomest thing that I've ever she just randomly died.
Like out of
Like
nowhere.
that was so fucking random. I almost did not believe it.
I didn't either. I mean, granted, people do just die out of nowhere, but like still, that was just kind of like, what? Huh?
It was just very random. That's not what we're talking about today. Anyway, so guys, how besides me throwing out my back and showing pain,
and not in a fun way,
and
let's just say that
in the least fun way possible. I was doing squats. I feel like that's the least fun way to throw out your fucking back.
I think gym rats might enjoy that.
What?
Right.
Who would enjoy this?
I mean, not enjoy it, but be like, oh, that was fun. You threw out your back doing squats? Like, gym rats.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I hate
Gym shark.
Whatever they call. I don't know what they're called.
I don't know. But I hate that shit, and now I'm in a lot of pain. But anyway, what else is going on? What else is up?
I'm excited. I'm ready to go on vacation. I'm going on a family vacation soon. And just gonna hang out by the beach and relax. And then after that, move into my place.
Yes.
Yes.
You deserve
a lot
it.
of exciting things. So I'm ready to just be still and not go anywhere.
Yeah. Being still is very fun. Traveling is fun, but being still, sometimes it's exactly what you need.
It's top tier. Tier.
And it feels good to have a place that's like, I know. We know you don't. We know you fucking don't.
Yeah, I know you don't.
This is why you sick now. Are you sure it's the salmon? Are you sure it's
right,
the salmon?
I was going to say, I'm
don't
be all weekend.
I took
what happened Thursday? You were like way outside. Where's everybody going?
Oh, Thursday I went to a listening party.
See? Who's listening party?
Joey Ferb.
Who?
He's a rapper from Chicago.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Was it
good? What's tea?
It was decent. It was interesting. So
would you recommend to a friend?
I would, cause it's only like 5 songs, so like,
okay,
not really that much to get into. But it was interesting because the listening party was at Soho House. And if anybody knows anything about Soho, it's
Yeah, you can't get in. It's like a members only type club
interesting
situation.
Crowd. Cause
what do you mean by that?
Because again, because this is like exclusive membership, so like, not that everyone is somebody, but everybody wants to be somebody. So like, sometimes people act a little weird. I don't know if weird's not the best word, but I say a little standoffish. But like, it's a social club, so technically you're supposed to socialize, whether you're fucking Jay-Z or the nigga at the corner and you got a membership. I mean, like, granted, the nigga on the corner probably ain't got no membership, but it's a social club. Like, you're supposed to socialize, talk, and like not be weird if someone comes up to talk to you, or like, stuff like that. So Joy Perp is was a part of Save Money. I don't know if Save Money is still a thing. People from Chicago who was in high school like in 2014, so I know like Chance, Vic Mensa, yada yada, all of them.
Okay.
So they were there. So, people were acting weird, but like, the thing is, it's at Soho House. So like, the idea of them being there is not far off compared to like, if it was I don't know, someplace else. Like if the listening party was
Sure.
hosted someplace else, like then maybe it's like, oh, Chance is here. Like, oh, that's interesting. Or like, oh my god, but like it's fucking Soho House. Of course he's fucking here.
Yeah.
Like you can run into his ass anytime there. Like
Sure. Okay, so the vibe sounds like maybe I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah, it was weird, but like granted, I was with my friends and I'm in this program, like that's how I have a Soul House membership. It's like I was with them, so it was cool like to hang out with them and like, you know, get to know them more and see what type of creative stuff that they do. So that was like the highlight of it. And then after I had to go to my hood red spot on Cottage Grove.
Not your hood red
I had
spot.
to balance it out. I had to balance it out.
Oh my god,
makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay, but you very much are a local. Yeah. You know, you're a regular in all the spots.
Yeah, they know the face. They know the face and they know the name.
They know the face, know the name. They know her order. They know what she's there to do. Shermie is that girl in Chicago. Like very clearly.
Really
Sherm travels. Sherm travels.
It's so
yeah, exactly. Sad. Exactly. She be worldwide, but also very local.
And you know, I carry the city on my back.
On your motherfucking back, okay?
Right. Yeah, that's why I got this back brace.
Oh god. Not
that's why I sound like this. Oh my god. I was there yesterday and we stayed we stayed there all night because on Mondays I get 50% discount.
50%?
Yeah.
I've been up to nothing. As I said, I hurt my back and that's pretty much it. But before that, I was having a really good weekend. I will be honest. I went to this day party and it was trash. Like the day party was so lame, but me and my friend, like we kind of like made our own party out of it because it was supposed to be this like.
Was it one of those like TikTok Black people day parties?
No,
okay,
not that.
I just wanted to make sure.
Not that. It was no. It was like this sort of the same, not the same, but it's like a similar vibe. Oh, I have heard of this. I've heard of this. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, no, I've heard of this. But yeah. So it's like a similar sort of vibe, but like it was like one of those they're just promoters everywhere. And I think like I like gone to one of their parties like before, so I'm now on their email list. And so I got an email and it was like, oh no, you know what? Actually, that's a lie. My friend sent this link to the group chat, and then I recognized this party promoter, and I was like, okay, well let's just go and see what it is. So we went, we bought a ticket. It was like $15, so I'm not that upset about it. You know, it wasn't
that was a red flag right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes it is like that. But then we went and it was like whack. Like there was barely anybody there. It was an older crowd, but the DJ was just so fucking good that we just could not bring ourselves to leave right away. We were just having our own kind of fun. But other than that, nothing is up. You know, I'm over here with like a sprained back. I'm walking around.
That's so crazy that you didn't have a good time. Well, it wasn't a good time with a promoter because like for me, like that's my first go-to spot when I want to go out. I'm looking to see what promoters in Chicago are doing.
Right.
Promote or DJs that I follow on Instagram, my promoters and DJs. But you just sometimes you have to weed out the bad ones because there are a lot of wannabe ones, you know, and they just be the vibes are off. And this is one of the ones where the vibes are just atrocious. But we were, you know, so drunk that we didn't even give a damn. Anyway, wait, let's get into some topics, guys. Where do we even start? Wait, should we start with the thing that's not on here about Nicki Minaj?
What?
It just got announced today.
Oh, what?
So Nicki Minaj, it just got announced that she is going to be the new official face of Maxim. They have a betting platform, kind of like what Drake is doing. It's sports betting, kind of like what Drake is doing with that company. So she made an investment in the company. She's on the board of directors. She's the first female ambassador and executive, and now she's going to be the creative director of Maxim magazine.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Oh,
it's very interesting. What are we thinking this is going to lead to?
Exactly. No one knows.
I don't know. I don't know. I was confused about it Because
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj doesn't seem like a sports
That's
person.
what's
Now,
throwing me
her,
off.
I was about to say the sports and like the whole betting platform that
you
doesn't make
know, and I'm
sense.
not a person who's into gambling because money is not something that comes, like that, so I'm not about to be just betting it. But also, it just kind of seems like I get her being the creative director of Maxim magazine.
Yeah,
Like,
Sure.
that
that's
part
even,
makes sense.
That makes
That I
sense.
could deal with. Well,
I
I didn't
think
mean to say it like
even
that.
that, I think even that is a little random, but it makes sense.
Hmm.
However, the rest of this, I'm just like,
But I'm also thinking about her target audience too. Like, again, it's children who
yeah,
mainly listen to her.
and you're right, and you should say it. So what are they? What kind of sports betting? But see, I feel the same way about this whole partnership that Drake is doing with this brand, where I'm like, what is the goal of this? Like, I don't understand what they're doing, but you know what? This is clearly Nicki Minaj like gearing up to
I think it's like to keep her
make
face out. Keep her face out in
this.
the
Yeah.
crowd and
She's
about, and because she's
yeah,
about to put
Hmm.
something out clearly.
I can tell this is like her about to put something out, announcing these partnerships that I don't really get. But you know what? Before I judge it, I kind of just want to see
What it
like
Yeah,
does.
how it pans out.
what's it giving?
Yeah.
Like before I judge it, what's it
Hmm.
giving?
To be fair,
Yeah.
I don't think a
Um,
lot of people are. I'm not gonna say they aren't good at picking partnerships or like getting partnerships that make sense. If that, yeah, I don't think a lot of people are really good at
I
that.
understand what you're saying. I
Yeah,
understand what you're
it's just
saying.
kind of like
yeah,
who's the first one to pop up and like kind of how much money are you throwing.
you know what?
Yeah,
And that's why a lot
And
of
I'm
people brands are kind of
sure.
all over the place. Like it's not really making
hmm
sense.
I think there's some people who do very well
Oh
with
no,
picking their
Cardi B does
partnerships
very
and branding.
well.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. But I think even she makes, missteps like this whole partnership with Reebok. I don't get.
I don't
But
understand either because
it's
I
a tad
did not see
random.
her as an athletic person.
and
So
she is not. She
She
is not.
definitely is not.
She's been very open about the fact that she does not work out or none of this came from working out. So it makes no sense for her to then try and do athleisure. But you know what? This isn't even about that. Congratulations to Nicki Minaj, I guess. Like it's clearly about to be drop season. Like that's like that much is clear. Like it's
Yeah.
very clear she's gonna drop something. Okay, so Coil Ray kicks a fan off stage. Let's talk about this.
Cute.
Because this is why
that
I
was a
am
lot.
a advocate. I'm an advocate of like punching niggas in their throats.
Okay.
Like I think we should be like assaulting niggas more when they step out of line.
Period.
Because like this guy, like he had no reason to grab her. She gave him a little lap dance. He had his chance to like be all up on her or whatever. But it was when she like is standing up, and again, she's doing her job at this concert. And then he leans over and kind of like grabs her butt, and she
And
rightfully
like
throws his ass
grips
off
it. He
stage,
like goop.
grips it, and she has a small, tiny ass. You know what you have to do to grip
Yeah.
Coil Ray's ass? That was three much. So I think she should have punched. She just kicked him on stage, but I think she should have punched him in his throat
Then
first,
that would have been
or
so
had.
Yeah.
much. Well, not to me, it would have been so much, but like it would have probably caused so much controversy. Like it would have fallen
And
back on her compared to like, why
well,
the fuck is
yeah,
this
you're
nigga
right.
assaulting me? You know?
That's right, because people don't
Yeah.
hold men accountable for
Exactly.
that shit.
That's true.
so
That's true. Jesus.
so
I was just
Um,
looking at it. I was like, it's gross.
it's
It's gross.
gross. It's gross, and it sucks that women can't even do these very, I think, fun. Like she's just trying to have some fucking fun, and dance on a guy at her show. Give it a little bit of edge because we know anybody listens to the damn music.
It's true.
And she was just trying to add a little pizzazz to that shit. And this nigga, it is being gross. So like, men, stop being gross unless you want to get your ass. Like I saw.
True. I mean, that can go for women too. Meg Thee Stallion
I
talks
would
about
say
how
yeah, she
women be
did.
like grabbing her butt.
And
Like,
you know what?
she's,
I've seen it. I see the videos all the time. I see women in the club do this to me. Gay men in the club do this to me. Where they'll just be like coming up to me and just like wanting to grab my my boobs and whatever. And I'm like,
Whoa, that's a little different.
because I have really big boobs and we all know this. And sometimes guys just like grab
But
a
boob
bunch
is, I'm not gonna say like your ass is provoked, because you're like, people like, if you're dancing and like they'll suck your ass. But you're never dancing with your boobs, G. Like
no, and I'm not, saying this is something I encourage, but it has happened to me before, so I totally get it. But it's gross. But anyway, let's talk about brand new versus versus Jack Harlow.
His first beef. It's his first beef. His first rap beef.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is. It is, and it's with the R&B singer.
And he got demolished. Ain't that sad?
That is really sad. So Brandy, for everybody listening, Brandy released a freestyle diss track to Jack Harlow's First Class in response to him simply not knowing who she was. And, she kind of ate. And
I think it's funny that she did it. I enjoyed it.
I did
too.
And
I think she was just poking fun.
I do too.
Oh, definitely.
Like it wasn't that big of a deal. I think she was just having fun, and I think ultimately like he liked it. Like, he just seems like the kind of person to be like, yeah, okay, this is cool.
Yeah,
this
he'd be like,
fun. Respect. Like, it's Brandy. What the fuck can you say to her?
There's nothing, you cannot say nothing back, because if you say something back, like, legit, we really gonna be like, you thought niggas was on your ass at first. Now we really gonna be on your ass for real.
You're gonna be like, now hold on. Now hold on. Because I ain't say nothing before. Right. But now, I would dead ass be like,
I'm honestly just happy that I don't have to put in work for the downfall of Jack Harlow. Like, it's just happening on its own.
As well. Because I really didn't want to have to add that to my to-do list. Like, I have enough going on. And okay, we know you're a crusader. We know Brianna.
I'm a stick beside him.
You know what? We all have our faults. I won't hold it against you.
Yours a little bit faulty. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You done off the heels of a white man in hip hop. Jesus Christ.
Ooh, oh my God. Do you want to know something crazy? And I would never go to any lengths to defend a white man, but this guy that I matched with on Hinge, and one of my like Hinge prompts is always like, oh, I think men have the worst, taste in rap music, so you'll know I like you if I even entertain an argument with you. And so then this guy was like, okay, I'm gonna give you my hottest take. Oh. And his hottest take was that the game is a better rapper than Eminem.
To be honest, I don't know much about both of them, so I can't.
Nah, that is a controversial
statement.
Thank you.
I mean,
no disrespect to the game. The game is good, but like Eminem was reading dictionaries.
It's just I just like
that's bold. Bold claim.
It's a bold
is he from
claim.
LA? Like let's put that out there.
That's the thing. He is from LA.
Okay, makes sense.
He is from LA, and clearly he said that, so I got it. But I was just like, I was so flabbergasted by that I had to go and defend Eminem. I was shaking in my boots. Like,
girl,
I cannot believe. I'm disgusted for me. Anyway, back on track. So Lil' Kim says biopic is on the way, and it's about goddamn time.
That's gonna be good.
It's about fucking time, and you want to know why specifically? Not just because she's Lil' Kim and she's pretty much like the biggest icon that we have, in as far as like her era goes. Not just because of that, but also because I feel like for as long as we've all been alive, there have been so many versions of her story that have been told,
but never centered her
exactly.
But they never center her. One, mm-hmm. and they're always coming from all of these sources and all of these things that have nothing to do with, or not to say nothing to do with Little Kim, but that are not Little Kim. So I'm
It's very
ready.
Biggie
I'm ready to
adjacent.
hear it.
Very.
I was like, it's Biggie adjacent. It's like it's background. Like she's the addition to.
And it's like you can never treat Lil Kim as background.
But they
You know
do.
what I mean?
They literally do.
But you're right. You're right. You're right. So I'm excited to see Lil Kim tell her own story.
Yeah.
You know,
I
where
hope we
she
get that
isn't.
book.
Exactly, because we were supposed to get the book like in November.
Last November.
Last no fucking November, and it's But you know what? I can wait for greatness. So I'm just excited about this. Like, I don't know how else to. I'm just so excited about the possibility of like her being able to tell her own story. I don't know any details about it. I don't think or maybe she has like a deal in the works or some shit like that. But I'm just excited to see Lil Kim, tell her own.
It's definitely giving beginner stages, which is fine. Like, duh.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
a lot
you
of things
said,
happen.
I'm ready to hear what she has to say about all this stuff. Like, where she wants to go with this, what she wants to tell us. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna be very nervous about the Biggie parts. Because I feel like delusion is going to sit in.
Oh, do you think even now?
In what way?
In
defensive, in like a defending way. I feel it.
Okay, but here's my thing about that. Because I just, for me, it's just that. I mean, and I don't know how to say this without sounding really problematic, but we can't really force her to feel any other way.
No, that's fair.
You know what I mean? Fair. Like, I'm gonna have my own opinion, and I'm gonna sit in that, and but she was there. She was a part of it, and she is the only person, who can control how she feels about the situation, having gone through it. So I don't really know, like, what it is that we can force her to feel.
That's fair.
Or so I don't know how to.
I just fear that Biggie will also play a big role in this.
But I think he is going to. There's no way that he doesn't.
That's true. There's no way that it's true that there's no way that he doesn't, but I just feel like there is a way as to like to present him in this, but still focus on Kim. I just feel like every time that they try to do something with Little Kim, like she really does end up as the back burner. And I really do fear because like she's so protective of him. Everyone's so protective of keeping him like, as the saint or whatever. And like we've come to notice that, everyone has
that's not the truth.
It's not the truth, and everyone we're full of so many layers, and like we all have wrongs and we all have rights. But I feel like so many people are just so attached to like keeping him a saint when in fact we just.
But I hear you.
Yeah, so
I hear you.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm saying I'm not trying to tell her how to feel, but like it's also like I am a little scared that delusion is going.
It's not delusion, okay, but I know what you mean though. So that is a worry. So, but I think this before we ever get to the screen, like there's gonna be lots of those conversations.
Yeah, I hope it's a good amount of like her as a musician and like really becoming the muse that she became. Like that's what I really want to focus on.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of Biggie stories. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I want to hear more background. I want to hear about like childhood, how she got into writing, like how she got into the scene.
I want the fashion to have its own,
like
its own like part of this whole biopic. I don't know if it's documentary, if it's gonna be. I don't know what they're thinking. I think I have a lot of ideas for it. And speaking of that, let's talk about Clover Hope producing a docuseries on women in hip hop based on her book.
Yes.
And let me look up what the exact title.
I think it's called 100 plus women who shaped hip hop or something like that.
The Mother Lode, the 100 plus women who made hip hop.
So I love the made. I love the made part because
and you know what?
And that means a lot.
And you know what? She's correct. But Lisa Cortez, who is the producer, who's a producer director, I think has an overall deal somewhere with some production company. And she's the one who did the Hip Hop and Fashion Netflix documentary with Misa Hilton. And documentaries about the Apollo and other things, but they are
Okay.
developing this book into a series, which
Nice.
is
That's so
to me,
exciting.
it's so exciting. It's so exciting to see this like being developed into, because we need more of this,
Mm-hmm.
and we need, and
Mm-hmm.
you know what specifically
We
though,
need it from a
we
black
need more
woman.
of this. And I wasn't gonna say that, but you're right. I wasn't gonna say that, but you're right. We need this perspective from a woman Clover Hope's age and Clover Hope's experience,
Fair, yeah.
and not
Mm.
and not a woman Roxanne Shantae's age. You know what I mean? Because it's a different, but is it not a different
No, it's a
view?
different way
It's
of
a
That's
saying
different
it.
fair.
Yeah.
lens.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
It's a
Yeah.
different lens when you don't have someone who's fallen into one thing or another,
True.
one stereotype of a black woman or
Mm-hmm.
another. And I feel like
That's
Clover
fair.
Hope, I've always loved her writing, even when she
Mhm.
was working at Jezebel,
Yeah.
because of how like brutally honest she is about everything, the good with the bad. So I'm
Mm.
excited to see exactly what this will be. But I also think this is because it just also we got announced that Megan Thee Stallion is coming out with some sort of series based on her life. Lizzo's also coming out with something, HBO Max, based on her life. We have this. We have the Lil Kim. Like it's really happening. You
Right,
know,
like the girls are really getting their props.
the girls are
Yeah.
getting their props, and they're finally front and center. And I
Right.
think it's about damn time. You
I was
know,
about to say, yeah, and it's like great, like for people like Meg Thee Stallion who are like still in the midst of their career, as well of being able to have like a living, breathing like documentation of it. You know?
exactly, because sometimes you need that. You know what they say? Give people their flowers while they
While they
are
are
alive to smell
alive.
them.
Mm-hmm.
While they're alive to smell them. And Megan, after all she's been through, baby, she
Mm-hmm.
deserves them motherfucking flowers. She
She
deserves
did.
them flowers. And speaking of that, Megan was named Artist of the Year at the Webby Awards. Okay, what are the Webby Awards? Because
Girl, I don't know.
I have no idea.
nobody
I have no
knows.
idea.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Okay, I'm about to look this up because I don't know what the fuck the Webby Awards are.
But I think it's a big deal. Like, it's a big thing. Like, I hear about it all the time. The Webby Awards.
Okay, let me
Hmm.
see.
Why do I feel like I'm hearing
Okay,
on, like, Steve
so
Harvey or something?
why would you hear this on Steve
I don't
Harvey?
know.
Okay, I'm about to look up what
Uh,
are the Webby Awards. Everyone stand by while my slow ass computer.
Girl, now we really trying to look up what are the Webbies?
what are the Webby Awards?
I'm trying to find it.
It's an award.
Everybody stand by. I'm googling it.
Okay, black woman in
Um,
tech.
Black women in tech. Women in STEM. Women in STEM.
Women in STEM. I hate you. Okay, it's loading. That's all I can say on my computer. It's loading.
Come through, Hidden Figures.
Girl,
Go to hell, okay?
because that
Y'all
was
not
good.
gonna
That was a good one, Bree.
go to hell, okay? Y'all are not going to do me and my old ass computer. I'm doing everything I can, okay? It's still loading.
Come on, a single mom that works 2 jobs. What?
I am.
Come on.
I'm a single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops. Okay? Gentle hands in the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. It's still
Oh
just
my
loading.
God.
It's still just loading.
Let me look this up.
Alright,
Let me
anyway,
look this
anyway.
up.
I could have looked it up on my phone and all the time, but I'm just listen. My
Okay,
computer's
it's an
really
internet
slow.
award. So it's like internet.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Webby.
Yeah.
You know, I probably could have put that together. I probably
Honestly, I was thinking of the artist Webby, to be
Oh,
honest.
goodbye.
Like-
It's time to go.
Why? Okay.
Episode over.
But because I was
Okay.
like, what?
What? Okay.
That's just me though.
Ooh.
What else is here?
Congratulations.
Sweetie. Yes, congratulations.
Okay.
Sweetie teasing.
Mariah.
I just Webby, Brianna, of all people that you could have got.
Come
What?
Does that
Okay,
not make sense?
no,
Not at all.
even
Not
one
even
bit.
close. Not even
All
close. I'm so sorry.
I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one.
Yes.
Don't you dare try and gaslight us now.
She tried to girl boss,
that's not,
gatekeep, and gaslight again.
like, that's not the most ridiculous thing you could have said.
That was.
And you're like, oh.
I'm the crazy one. No.
You could have kept
Think
that
about
to
it.
yourself. You could have kept that to yourself.
What were you saying? Okay, sweetie, let's move. Whatever.
Sweetie. Sweetie's talking about pretty bitch music again. I hope it is a pretty bitch summer. I hope so. I'm tired of having. I mean, like, I love my hot girl summers, but I would also like something different. Maybe cuffed summer. I don't know. Anyway,
cuffed summer.
But
I want something to actually come out and not just these interviews talking about it.
Yeah, me too. She's been quiet lately, though. I wasn't sure if she had like retired into being like a socialite, like, you know what I mean? I wasn't sure if she had switched gears and it was like, you know what? I don't need to make music anymore because I hear that Fast song and Best Friend on every commercial.
Fast commotion. We causing a commotion.
I hear her instrumentals all the time.
Okay, so the Webby Awards is the leading international award.
Please.
It just love it. Please leave me alone.
Mariah, have your 5 seconds of fame. Have it. Go, girl.
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Oh, how dare y'all? I cannot believe I'm being treated this way. Anyway, you know what I want from Sweetie? I want whatever Pretty Summer Playlist Volume 2.
Yes,
that is her
decent.
lane.
It was good.
I thought that project was so fucking good, and you know me, like listen. When I'm wrong, okay, and I'll say it and I'll eat my fucking words. And she made me eat my words with that one because she just did the damn thing.
It was
and
good.
I think Sweetie,
it was cute.
And you know what else I think Sweetie has a talent for? You know, in this way of, you know, finding these voices who maybe aren't as, you know, prominent as her. Like, she uses her platform, I think, in that way.
Yeah.
Very well, of putting them together. I think she, you know, we say that she's not talented, but I think that
as a writer,
sure.
We're very clear on what we say where the talent doesn't exist. Or you just can't say people ain't talented. You gotta say where it's at.
And I think in this way, Sweetie is very talented of finding these voices, of finding
A&R.
like, you know, and that's her gig. And sure. I want that from Sweetie. I don't need pretty bitch music. I need Pretty Summer Playlist Volume 2.
Free
it. I was waiting for it since last summer, to be honest.
I thought it was happening because at one point she was posting like studio sessions with like Rico Nasty, Dreezy.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, so I thought I thought it would be like some rollout for it starting now, you know?
Yeah. But
I guess.
But who the fuck knows?
Who knows?
What else? Okay. Did we talk about Doja Cat already?
No, but I was wondering about that. So Doja Cat won't be going on tour anymore?
She has laryngitis. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Really?
So she has to have her tonsils taken out? Mm-hmm. Ooh, and listen, let me tell you, I'm glad as hell I didn't buy the tickets to go to that tour.
I was about to go to Lollapalooza to see her. And I only got that Thursday ticket to go see Jasmine Sullivan. I said, thank God.
When I tell you I don't ever buy concert ticket insurance, so I would have been asked out. I know like 3 The Weeknd songs. I would have been pissed going to see that and she's not there. So, baby, I feel so good that I did not buy that ticket.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Okay,
that's so sad though because it's like
you're right.
Would this would be her first not first? I mean, this would be her tour for
her coming out.
Planet Her album, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this would be the Planet Her.
But like she wasn't a headliner. I mean, no, for
Lollapalooza she was.
It still would have been a big show. Yeah, you're right. But
I think this would have been a big deal for her. So I guess when you put it that way, yeah, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's
Because
really
it was a
Yeah, you
sad.
guys
stadium
are.
tour, but like I also think maybe she might not be at stadium level, but I think like where she is now, she's at arena level if she just would have gone by
So,
herself.
what if this is all a ploy to get her out of this tour so that she can release the next album and then she can go on her own arena tour?
Mm. We're calling
What
it
I
what
today.
don't know if
what
another
if
album is coming this soon.
no, it's not. But you did hear what she said about the next album, about how it's going to be mostly rap. It's going to be
Mm.
exclusively produced by Ninth Wonder and Jay Versace. And what do we think about
Oh,
that?
nice. I didn't know
I
that.
don't know
What do
much
we
I
think
like
about
Jay
about
Jay
it?
Versace.
Versace's beats. Or like
Yeah.
I
What
don't
did
know what
he?
his
Which one did he produce from Planet Her?
Did he produce
Uh,
something on
no,
Planet
he
Her?
produced for like Tyler the Creator, I think SZA.
Maybe it was SZA. It was SZA, I
Um
think.
What has SZA released?
I don't know, but I think he has produced for her before.
Who?
Yeah.
Jay Versace.
Produced for SZA or for Doja
Yeah.
Cat?
No, SZA.
And what has he produced that's been released? That's what I'm asking. Like, how would I know what the sound is?
So he did
Yeah, help us out.
Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost.
Okay, but what song? Was he just like, what is that?
I'm checking. I'm looking up his producer
Yeah, give us
credits.
a second.
Oh, okay. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right because, my computer, if we were waiting on
Right.
it, we would be here all night.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know any of these songs. But I knew he won a Grammy this time around.
I think
Because
it's
he
for
produced
Tyler.
it was for Tyler Creator album, but
It was Tyler.
But I don't even know what to go and listen to for reference for
What
him to be
song?
working with our girl. Like,
True.
I'm really protective of her, okay?
I honestly want to see more production from Doja, like on her own.
But I think, yeah. So I'm wondering then. I mean, but we're ways away from this next album. Like, I don't foresee it this year. Maybe not even next year. But
you know what's random? You know what I would like to see producing with Doja? I think Chloe.
Chloe?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. You know what? I think that could work. I think the Chloe producing and Doja writing and rapping would be a lot better than what Chloe's doing on her own.
Amen.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on over there. It's just not giving. It's not giving. It's not giving. But anyway, what else? Trina got the key to Miami. Duh.
That's such a duh. But like I love the way the city embraced her. Like they love them some Trina out there.
Yes.
As they should.
And you know what? As they should. It's fucking Trina. And she's put Miami on the map. Like we don't talk about that enough, but Trina is half the reason all these bitches want to be from Miami. Like this is why that's just it. Foxy Brown hints at new music. Now I love Foxy Brown. But what brought this on?
That's a good question.
It's never too late.
Sure, but I don't know what it would sound like in this day and age.
That's what I was trying to figure out too. What's the sound?
What's the sound? What's the look? I don't know.
What's the angle?
What's the angle? And maybe that's like sad that I'm like, or this rapper who I love so very much. Like I love Foxy Brown, but I'm just in my head like, how would this work? Like
No,
I just can't imagine it.
I don't know.
Is any of this new music? Oh, wait a minute. There's one more thing. Remy Ma receives a street sign and inducted into the Bronx Hall of Fame. Yeah, because if they didn't, she would have shot them.
Shut your ass up.
So
shut your ass up.
Yo, I can't.
Shut your ass up.
Admin.
Do not play Remy Ma like she not a part of the culture.
Yo, I'm really on one today. But really, congratulations to Remy Ma. She
Right.
deserves
She
it.
deserves it.
She is definitely another one who does not get the respect she deserves.
Exactly.
And part of that is because of all that stuff that happened with Nicki Minaj. Because them niggas don't ever let nothing go. We done moved on 3-4 times, and the Barbs are still like,
Definitely.
and fuck that big lip black bitch. Like, you know how they be.
Yes.
Like, they never, we done moved on 3-4 times. And they're still
Yeah.
like, Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Like every day they wake up, it's the first thing that's on their mind, first thing out of
Yeah.
their mouths.
Don't even wake up, brush their
Right.
teeth.
Don't wake up, brush their teeth before they're like, and fuck Cardi B. You know what? And it's and
Right.
with that
Turns on
energy,
Itty Bitty Piggy.
No, they turn on Starship.
Okay.
Starships.
Just any of this new music, is anybody interested in any of this new music?
To be honest, the thing is
I have
I
not
am, but I
listened to
have
it.
not listened to it, so I think I'm just gonna wait till next episode.
Sure. Then let's jump into our main topic. It's time, guys. It is Pride Month, and I think one of the best ways that we can, celebrate on this podcast, Pride, is talking about gay rappers. And really the femme boys of, the gay male rap community. And I think they're really, we can just jump into this conversation about what our opinions are on their success and like how Lil Nas X and Santana really have changed the game. But I think there was remember the time back in, what was that, 20 something, when I Love McKinnon, who used to be signed to OVO, came out, and then everything kind of shifted. Everything kind of shifted, and nobody was like on his side about this. He then parted ways with OVO, and everybody just kind of assumed like, oh, Drake didn't want him signed once he found out that he was gay. But now there's Lil Nas X, and he came out and it's just like loud and proud and don't give a fuck about being gay. There's Santana. Isaiah Rashad recently just came out.
Oh, he didn't
the
come out.
landscape. Okay, sure.
I was like, Isaiah Rashad came out?
Okay, sure. He sort of came
He
out.
was
Like
forced out.
he got one. Okay, but he's out.
He is.
Like
he has come out.
What did he come out as?
Sexually fluid.
It's just that he's just fluid, So
and that was the worst interview I've ever fucking seen.
I didn't watch it because there was no need for me to watch anything Joe Budden has to say.
That was ridiculous.
Ever. But I watched the clip where he did talk about him, like, his sexual preferences and and shit like that. But I think it's just a different landscape for like being a gay man in rap too. Like I feel like this is like the perfect time for these men who are like, and for the femme like men too. Like I feel like this is just really like the perfect time for them to have their moment, have their shine, and not have to downplay it not have to pretend to like women, to release music, and not have to even cater toward that audience, because their audience is so loud and proud and supportive of who they are as people,
I also would say, I think, I'm not gonna say a lot of it, but some of it does also, I think it feeds off each other. So I think the women are feeding off of them, and they're feeding off the women. So I think it's like a circle of life, if they allow it to be. Like I really do. Well, I always say, like, I think the girls can like pop like boy band this shit and just like go crazy. But
exactly.
But what I mean by feeding off each other is that I think the reason why a lot of gay male rappers can at least be out and like somewhat feel comfortable, because we're not gonna sit here and act like it's 100% safe for them, is because the girls have kind of like shown that like, hey, I don't have to cater to niggas to be a hip hop artist, to be a rap
and
artist.
They don't.
That's what I'm saying. So like now, the male rappers that are queer, they can now, be like, well, if these niggas ain't fucking with me, I know that the girlies are fucking with me, you know?
True.
So like it's kind of like feeding off each other. But it's kind of like feeding off each other like that. Like the girl success is very much a lot of these gay male, like femme male success, the same way those male success are the girls' success. Like it's kind of like circling around.
So you think like the fan base for female rappers right now is the same as the fan base for the queer men.
Yes, and the only reason why I say that is because when I do go to gay bars, they do play a lot of, like, that's the only time I will hear a lot of the girls.
That's
Right.
true. You're right.
Is at the gay bars at Progress.
Yep.
They be having Nicki Minaj nights over there at Roscoe. Like, so that's the only time like I really like in depth like hear them outside of like maybe a track or two from Megan or City Girls at like, I'm not gonna say a straight party, but like a party where like
you're right,
club and stuff like that. So I feel like they could potentially feed off each other a lot more if they would allow it and actually see each other as like not necessarily competition, but really help each other build together. Because a lot of some of them, a lot of their flares are the same. So if we look at City Girls and Santana, like that's two peas in a pod right there. Like people who be like, oh, this Santana right this.
But listen, and then the whole time it's fucking Lil Yachty who wrote it. Like,
yeah.
who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Right?
I think about that ever so often, and I get a little bit upset.
But he ate though.
He do. He be eating.
He be eating. No, he got into it. He got into our minds. He got into it. I know.
He figured it out.
But do you all think that like it's a prerequisite for these femme guys to be like associated with like a City Girls type of group in order to have like an in of like getting in?
I feel like they're gonna make that the how we talk about the criteria or like the blueprint. I think they might, if someone chooses to sign them, because who's signing them, to be honest.
You're right, but Santana did just sign a deal with what, Warner Music?
But how much proving did Santana have to do before getting there?
That's a good point.
But
do you not think? No, I agree with you. I do think that I hadn't thought about it that way, Brie, but I do think they do need a cosign from a female rapper before anybody, takes them or believes them, or trusts them or anything.
It's very similar to like how women used to need a male co-signer before people wanted to believe in them. So I'm hoping that the girls don't necessarily use that power the same way the men did back then. Because to be very fair, one thing we could learn from the situation between males co-signing women is that they weren't really helping them. Like they weren't really necessarily adding anything to them.
Not at all.
So I hope I hope that the girls don't necessarily think that they're adding something to these femme rappers, because like I said, they could very much be working together, building across. Compared to trying to act in a hierarchy space. If you ask me.
That's a good point. It makes me wonder too, what of the men, and because we're talking specifically about like male rappers who are gay, but what of the non-femme male rappers who are gay? Where's the space for them who are hood niggas? You know what I mean? And don't wear like nails or weave and aren't bottoms, but are giving very much like top energy. Like, where is the space for them in this music when they want to talk about like fucking a nigga, like, and like, where is that space for them?
I don't think there is one yet.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, I'm very much thinking of as P Valley is about to come back.
I will this happen.
I'm thinking of murder.
I feel like but you're right though. Where's the space?
There's no space for him for real on the show.
So no space for him for real on the show, and no space for them for real in the rap community. But then what? Okay, so my next question then is, what do we? Because I think there's a major difference between like the Lil Nas X of it all and the Santana of it all, and especially with their and it's talk to me about that then. What were you about to say, Brie?
Well, I was gonna say, I feel like in order for them to have their own space within like the rap community, Pop is gonna have to go first in terms of like accepting like Lil Nas X, and it's like, okay, this has been normalized. We have like Lil Nas X. I'm gonna throw in, what's her name? That girl who all those like kids like something sweet, Sydney, not Sydney Sweeney, but like whatever. She came out as like a part of the LGBTQ plus community. Yeah, JoJo. Like, yes,
JoJo
yes.
Siwa. What?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm saying like stuff like that, I feel like Pop, like having people like her go first in terms of saying like, oh, we can like actually see a place for them, then being able to bring like the other genres along, because I don't think there has been space created yet because people don't know how to place them.
But even if you look at Lil Nas X come up, like in the beginning he was a straight man, or you know, it wasn't much.
But
or like,
my question is, how straight was he?
Not saying that he ever, not that he ever said that he was straight, but like, you know, the default assumption is that okay, someone is straight, or like you want them to be, or you're gonna assume that they're straight,
right?
And so now that he is out, now he is able to play with the mask and film like how he feels fit for him. But I don't think he, especially because his come up is so controversial with like the country shit. If he was already out as a gay, just a gay artist in general, rapper, singer, whatever you want to consider him,
it never would have
happened. It would have never happened. Like that would have been the forefront of it. Like, why the fuck is we rallying behind this gay man to be on a country charts?
Because are there any gay country singers? Think about that are men. I'm not talking about the Shania Twains or the ones who have a very big gay fan base. I'm talking about gay country male rappers. I mean, not rappers, singers. Do those exist?
If they do, we don't necessarily know who they are.
And that's the thing. Lil Nas X, you can't throw a motherfucking stick without somebody knowing who he is. Even if you don't listen to his music, you know who he is. You know the antics. You know the public persona. And I feel like that's exactly what Santana has built through TikTok.
I was definitely talking about how the internet has allowed space for these for the male artists, the same way that they've done for the women artists, to find their audience. Now the idea of like gatekeeping the radio, or like, you know, it's not as strong anymore. So like you can build your
because
face.
They don't need it. They don't need the radio. They need 15-second snippets on TikTok.
No,
and Santana is king of that shit. Did y'all hear the new shit?
Yes,
the Beyonce sample. Baby, I know Beyonce stands Santana. Like, you can't tell me she don't. I won't believe anything else. A Beyonce sample? And do you think this is the song that's coming with Lil Nas X?
Oh, no, because I think that's Lil Nas X.
No, I don't think so.
You think? Okay.
But if that was, a Beyonce sample with Lil Nas,
the summer's done. Everybody else, hang it up. If that happens, and it's Lil Nas X and him with the Beyonce sample, just hang it up. Go home. Go home. Everybody pack it up until the fall. We don't need nothing else. You can only
drop in October.
That's it. I don't need nothing else. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I'm screaming. But I do kind of want to go back a little bit when you were talking about what's that man, McCone? What was his name?
I Love McKinnon.
Yes, him. And you were talking about like how, not saying he was the start, but like kind of the idea of like coming out and like being a gay rapper and stuff like that.
Very public too.
But you also have to think about like in that time and like well before being queer, or like there are a lot of gay bars. I'll say that, like, you know, bars about being gay, like in a negative term, not necessarily in the most positive way. So if you're looking at the rap space and like are constantly hearing people saying that shit gay, or like, you know, no homo stuff like that, you're not gonna feel comfortable in that space to present yourself and like say something, or, you know, be out and proud, because then your whole, I still think this does happen, but then your whole not persona, but like your whole act is now just wrapped around you being queer, which is fine, like that's fine, but then like no one else allows you to be anything else. They have an idea of like who they want you to be because you're queer or a thought and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is definitely like a good, interesting time because watching the girls come up and watching them come up simultaneously, like after, it's beautiful to see to me. I love it.
Yeah, no, it is. I do love it, and I want to keep supporting them. So like, put us on to your favorite femme rappers if you're listening to this. Like, we want to support the girls, the gays, the theys, everybody. You know, because I think the landscape of rap is changing so much so that there's room. There's room for all of them. There's room for everybody in a way that there wasn't before. You know, because those same gatekeepers don't hold as much weight with the internet now.
Right. Which I think is so interesting. This is kind of another point that I wanted to bring up. I don't know about y'all, but these past couple weeks, it's just been a lot of like non-Black people speaking on hip hop per se. Like it's been really bad, at least to me.
You mean the last couple decades?
Yeah, I mean, yes, of course. But like,
I was like, what did they say this week?
But like, I just think, I don't know, like the past couple weeks from you know, that shit going down with Jack Harlow, the TikTok that I sent you all about that guy who was talking was about how like, you know, basically they go through the argument of like all girls rap about is their pussy.
Yeah.
And then one of the members
come up with something new. Come up with something new.
I was like, new argument point.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Please come up with something new. My God.
But and then also one of the members from Blackpink, a K-pop group, she was you saw that too. She had some things to say about hip hop as well. So that's what I mean, like a lot of stuff has been coming out from like a lot of
we haven't even had like a full episode dedicated to cultural appropriation.
And we really could.
Especially from but it's deep, y'all.
But I said all that to say much deeper. No, it is very deep. But I brought up all those situations and said all that to say, one, a lot of the reasons why these people feel comfortable to speak or say anything is because those who are gatekeepers, Black males, let's be honest, they give them the space. So
and they cater to them too.
So that guy in the TikTok, he's a producer. He has produced songs for Roddy Ricch. What's that?
Of course he
NBA YoungBoy or whatever his name. But like male rappers have allowed him space to, you know, feel comfortable talking. If you look in the K-pop scene, like K-hip hop and stuff like that, it's a lot of Black people who are going over there and basically giving them the rundown, giving them the 1-2. And even if you look in the R&B space, when
because they're making a quick buck off of it too.
That's also true. The R&B space, when people are with Justin Bieber and stuff like that, it's a lot of Black producers and writers who are like backing him up as a R&B artist. So again, all that to say, I find it very interesting how people will for the culture us to death. Like, this is for the culture.
Oh, won't they?
Hip-hop
won't
is for
they?
the culture. Like, it's the culture. Da 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 da. Yet, the people who are a part of the culture, Black women, Black queer folks, they have to work extra hard to get anything within that space, to even be a part of that space. Like, you will gatekeep them out of it while simultaneously finding community in non-Black people, men and women, and just feel so comfortable with the fact that actual Black folks, women, queer folks, have to work extra hard just to get something, a little bit of anything.
And let me one up that statement. They are not just a part of the culture, but created it. You know, this came from us. There would be no house. There would be no house music were it not for Black and brown queer people. There would be no hip hop were it not for a Black woman. And these two have come together. There would be no all these genres that get sampled were it not for Black and queer people. Were it not for Black women and Black men too. But let's be honest, like they've really pushed us aside in something that we helped build. And it's crazy that they'll allow anybody who doesn't look like us in to have their say and make as much money they want. But when we want a piece of it, it's like, now hold on, you got too much dip on your chip.
You got to do so much proving. You have to do. You got to come in with the million fan base. You got to come in with 10 hits under your record. I mean, under your belt
and that's
already.
Crazy. Because think about the scale of what Santana has had to accomplish on his own.
Exactly.
Right.
It's crazy that we ask that, but then we'll give a little pump. Are you kidding me? A record deal.
Yeah.
Man.
It's crazy. Like, it always blows
I
my
feel
mind.
like it also... Yeah, I was going to say it, and I feel like going back to, like, the people who are really, like, running this, like, the industry, I wonder if it, like, just stems back to being uncomfortable with their masculinity as well. Like, specifically talking about...
Yeah, they
I'm
are.
gonna say,
are you kidding me?
whatchamacallit, Santana's producer, Chaytrax, I think that's Chaytrax, whatever his name is. He talks a lot about, like, how a lot of people didn't want to fuck with him in the beginning because he was doing songs with Santana.
But now look at him.
Now everybody wants a song with Santana. They want Santana on their beat because Santana be going crazy, like
going crazy, going nuts. Santana is a hit factor,
right?
You know.
So I would just say, I guess, like, to close out, I very much appreciate people who do create space for these people to shine, the Black women, the Black queer folks in hip hop, because like these people are not only are they carrying it as artists and even as producers, as marketers, as executive stuff like that, as a fan base for hip hop, the largest consumers are women and queer folks. So they deserve their shit, and they deserve a space in here. They deserve all the money backing. They deserve all the writers, all the producers, all the marketing ploy. Hell, all the shit.
And the space to not just be a queer artist as well, for them to be who they are as an artist.
Exactly.
I agree. 1000%. I'm on board with everything you're saying. So if you guys made it all the way to the end of this episode, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you go ahead and share this. Follow us on social media, all that good, fun stuff. And that you check out all of our other content. And then we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye!
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Where My Girl's At, brought to you by Textured Air, a brand dedicated to celebrating Black girl culture, past, present, and future. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review. It really helps. You can find us on Twitter at WhereMyGirlsAt2 and Instagram, WhereMyGirlsAt_TH. Make sure you check out our other podcasts, Does It Hold Up?, The Blacklist, and all the other content we offer on our website, texturedair.com. Until next time.